I watched as my wife's secret lover strode into my home with confidence, completely unaware of the trap I had prepared for him just beyond the doorway. "Listen to this," Mark began, leaning back in his chair. His voice was calm, yet there was an edge to it that demanded attention. "You know how everyone always thought Liam and Elena were the perfect couple? The kind of pair people envy. He had it all: charm, a thriving career running luxury hotels in Milan, and a stunning wife who worked at an upscale art gallery. From the outside, they looked like the picture of true love. Honestly, I believed it too. But appearances can be deceiving." Mark paused briefly, letting the silence hang heavy before continuing. "Liam once told me that in the beginning, everything felt magical. Weekends in Tuscany, candlelit dinners, moments that seemed like something out of a film. And Elena, she wasn't just gorgeous. She had this presence, this electricity. When she entered a room, it was like the world tilted in her direction. Everyone noticed her. But then, things shifted. Slowly at first, so subtly that Liam couldn't quite put his finger on it. It started with little things: her scrolling through her phone during dinner, the way work seemed to swallow her whole. He sensed something was off, but he ignored it, chalked it up to stress. That was his first mistake." Mark leaned closer, lowering his voice. The truth began to unravel because of something as trivial as a coat pocket. One rainy evening, Liam was tidying up after dinner when Elena came home late, again. She claimed she'd been at some gallery event. She kissed him lightly, said she was tired, and went straight upstairs. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? But when Liam picked up her coat to hang it, he felt a piece of paper crumpled inside. Now, Liam wasn't the type to snoop, but curiosity got the better of him. He unfolded it, expecting maybe a coffee receipt. But no, it was from a luxury hotel downtown, dated 3 nights prior. The very night Elena had said she was working late. His mind spun out of control. Who was she with? Why a hotel? He stood there for what felt like an eternity, clutching that receipt, drowning in questions. But he didn't confront her, not yet. Liam's a clever man. He knew one receipt wasn't proof enough. That's when he decided to dig deeper. A few days later, after she left for work, he opened her laptop. His hands trembled as he clicked through her emails. At first, everything looked normal: messages about art exhibits, appraisals, the usual gallery chatter. But then he saw a thread with someone named Victor. At first, it seemed harmless, business-related. But as he kept scrolling, the tone shifted, more personal, more intimate. And then came the line that shattered him. An email from Victor. *, "Last night was incredible. I can't stop thinking about you." *, and Elena's reply? *, "Me too. I can't wait for Friday." Liam said it felt like the ground had been ripped from beneath him. Everything he thought he knew about her, about their life, was a lie. But even then, he didn't rage. No shouting, no accusations. He closed the laptop, sat there in silence, and decided to uncover everything before making a move. Mark's expression darkened as he continued. "I thought stories like that happened to other people. Until one stormy night, when my own reality shattered. Maya came home from work, rain in her hair, but her mind seemed far away. I didn't think much of it. Later, as I was cleaning up, I grabbed her coat from the chair, and felt something in the pocket. Just a crumpled piece of paper. I unfolded it, expecting nothing. But it was a receipt from one of Amsterdam's most exclusive hotels. Dated 3 nights ago. The same night Maya told me she was working late at the gallery. My stomach dropped so fast I thought I'd pass out. I didn't confront her. I played it cool, slipped the receipt into my pocket, and acted like nothing had happened. That night, as she slept peacefully beside me, I lay awake staring at the ceiling, my mind spinning. That was the moment I realized everything I believed about us, about her, was a lie. In the days that followed, I began to notice the small things. Her phone never left her hand. When he asked about her day, her answers were vague, distant. And then there were all those sudden gallery events that seemed to appear out of nowhere. He couldn't shake the feeling anymore. The woman he loved, the woman he thought he knew, was hiding something. And I was determined to uncover the truth. That was when everything took an even darker turn. I didn't sit back and drown in self-pity. No, I became a detective. One morning, after Maya left for work, I opened her laptop. He told me his hands were trembling so much he thought he might drop it. At first, all he saw were boring work emails, discussions about paintings and upcoming exhibits. But then, he stumbled upon an email thread between Maya and a man named Kabir. It started out professional, talk about an art show, but as he scrolled down, the tone changed. Kabir had written, "Last night was unforgettable. I can't wait to see you again." And Maya replied, "Me too. Same time Friday." Mark's voice dropped when he told me this, like he was sharing a dark secret. Can you imagine reading that? He asked. He said it felt like the ground disappeared beneath his feet. But even then, he stayed calm. Instead of confronting her, he decided to gather every piece of the puzzle first. He even hired a private investigator to dig into Kabir's life. And what he found made his blood boil. Kabir wasn't some single, carefree guy. He was married, with 2 kids, and worked as a top corporate lawyer in Amsterdam. That revelation pushed Mark over the edge. It wasn't just Maya's betrayal, it was the daily lies that cut the deepest. But he didn't act recklessly. I wasn't going to confront her with half the truth. He said. I needed everything before I made my move. So, he spent weeks collecting proof, emails, hotel receipts, photos, everything. This wasn't just about catching them. He wanted them to feel the weight of what they had done to him. Finally, the day came. He told Maya he had a work trip to Madrid. She barely reacted, almost relieved he was leaving. He kissed her goodbye, walked out the door, and parked a few blocks away. That night, Kabir showed up at his house like he owned the place, slick car, flowers in hand, the whole performance. Mark waited an hour, letting them get comfortable. When he finally walked in, they didn't notice him at first. They were laughing, drinking wine, acting like it was their home. Then they saw him, and their faces said it all. Maya turned pale, and Kabir looked like he wanted to crawl under the couch. Mark didn't yell. He didn't throw anything. He just dropped a folder on the coffee table, photos, emails, hotel bills. Explain this, he said. Maya tried to play the victim, crying, saying it wasn't what it looked like, that she made a mistake. But Mark wasn't buying it. You didn't just cheat on me, he told her. You disrespected me in my own home. Kabir couldn't get out fast enough. He muttered something about leaving, but Mark blocked the door. Not so fast, he said. You're just as guilty as she is. Kabir stammered, tried to explain, but eventually bolted like a coward. As for Maya, she begged him to stay, claimed she still loved him, that she felt lonely. But Mark saw through it. You weren't lonely when you were sneaking around, he told her. Don't act like this was an accident. The very next day, Mark met with his lawyer. He filed for divorce, armed with all the evidence. Maya had no case. She lost the house, most of their savings, and even their social circle turned on her once the truth came out. And Mark wasn't done with Kabir either. He made sure Kabir's wife knew everything, sent her a package with the proof. Within weeks, Kabir's marriage collapsed, and his reputation at work was in shambles. Mark swore it wasn't about revenge, it was about justice. But here's what struck me. He didn't let the bitterness destroy him. Later, he found some old letters Maya had written but never sent. In them, she confessed her insecurities, her guilt, her regret. She said she never stopped loving him. For a moment, Mark felt a pang of sadness for the life they could have had. But he knew nothing could erase what she had done. So he closed that chapter forever. Today, he lives in Florence, starting over. Before we ended our conversation, he told me something that stayed with me. Betrayal doesn't just break you. It strips away illusions, and in that truth, you find strength. Heavy words, but I think he's right.